got some brand new toy cards and some other manga top cards. I didn't expect to see news just yet, but I'll take it. Make sure you smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. Remember the fun of childhood with toys. So first one here we have the Toy Soldier on a level 4 light, you guessed it, warrior effect monster with 1500 attack and 1000 defense, and you can only use the second and third effects of this card's name once per turn. So we can set this card from our hand into your spell and trap card zone as a spell card. So yes, we still are maintaining the same visual effects. If the set card in the spell and trap card zone is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon it. Okay, well that's interesting. If this card is normal or special, you add one toy box from your deck to your hand, or if you control a toy box, you can add a level 4 light warrior monster instead. So keep in mind here that if you just set this, and then it goes to the graveyard, it doesn't matter how. Destroyed by a card effect, whatever it is, it gets to special summon itself. That's going to be very important for some of the future interactions with this. And then we have the toy tank down here. So this is going to be a level 4 light machine monster, of course, with 1000 attack and 2100 defense. You can only use the second and third effects of this card's name once per turn. So we can set this card from our hand face down in our spell and trap card zone as a spell. We're maintaining that same effect. If this card in the spell and trap card zone is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon it. Okay. And then we can tribute this card to special summon a level 6 or lower monster from your hand, or if you control a toy box, you can special summon from your graveyard instead, except for toy tank. Yes, it has to be a level 6 or lower to special, but if you have the toy box up and running, it gets the ability to deploy out literally anything. It doesn't have to be restricted to toy, which is actually incredibly good. Like, I don't underestimate these two little reactions, because if the set card is sent to the graveyard, special summon it is going to be very important for this. This is your toy box. This is the thing that makes the world go round for this. So continuous spell card. Once per turn, you can activate one of these following effects. So our first effect, we can set to your spell and trap card zones up to 2 monsters from the hand, deck, face up in the monster zone and or graveyard that have toy in their original names and an effect to be set themselves in the spell and trap card zones as a spell. So let's take a moment here to process that. That means we can set 2 of our toys directly into the spell and trap card zone. Okay. We can destroy up to 2 cards in your spell and trap card zone as our second effect for the choice, which is okay. And then once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can send 1 face down card you control to the graveyard, destroy that opponent's attacking monster, and yes, the toy would special summon itself. But my whole interaction point with this here is this card alone sets 2 level 4s from the deck. You just have to find a way to pop those. One interaction is like a Sinful Spoils interaction, where you send it to the graveyard. Now the card specials itself. There's nothing on this card that restricts you from setting the 2, and I am waiting to see the pure amount of videos where people are going to be exploring how extremely interesting that this card actually is for the combo lines and those specific wording that these cards are, because they're just sent to the graveyard from the spell and trap card zone. You know, while face down, congratulations, you now have a level 4 warrior and a level 4 toy tank. I think there is something to this card that is going to break it, and I fully expect that, because this card is too generic for the way that it is. So expect that. I expect in the next couple of days you're going to see toy chest is broken or something like that. Next up is Get Lost in the Darkest Desert with Eban's Son. Now, I don't even remember where this card actually was from, but I mean, that is obviously Egypt being, you know, wheeled away into the darkness. So you can continue a spell card. You can only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once per turn. So if a face-up monsters you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can gain life points equal to their total original attack. That's actually not bad. Okay, if a monsters is special summon face up from your graveyard, you can target one of them and it gains 1000 attack points. That could be really fun for draft, actually, for sealed format. If a spell or traps is sent from your hand to your graveyard, you can target one of them and add them to your hand. I don't know when I'm going to ever use that, but Sure, this card is actually kind of interesting, just in like the way that it attempts to do its thing. 3 very interesting effects. Like the life point gain might not be like seen as like the best, but like it's definitely up there for good effects. Run Wild with the Red Lotus King Flame Crime. That's a level 3 on a 1700 attack points. Excuse me. Okay. So, level 3 Fire Fiend monster. You can only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once per turn each. Okay. During your main phase, if you control a Fiend Tuner, or your opponent controls a special summon monster, quick effect, special summon this from your hand. Oh boy, and it's not a tuner. It's actually pretty good. If this card is special summon, you can inflict 4 damage to your opponent for each fire monster you control with different names. I mean, that's okay. I mean, you can ping your opponent for 4. You can play the Jack Atlas deck and ping your opponent for 400 because this is a Fiend. That's kind of cool. This card is sent to the graveyard as Synchro Material. You can send 1 normal trap from your deck to the graveyard. I can dump transaction rollback with this. Hold up. What? It's kind of good. Alright, I see you. I see you, Red Lotus King. This card actually is pretty good. I would give some pretty considerable consideration to wanting to play this. Especially, you know, as long as you have the Fiend Tuner, or your opponent has a special summon, I mean, this gets to bring itself out for free. But I mean, most of the time it's going to be you're going to have the Fiend Tuner, and it's going to be beaming itself out. Okay. And then we have Glistening with the Ocean, Wide Aura support. So we have the White Circle Reef. First time I saw this, I thought it was a field spell. Honestly, it does kind of remind me of one. So you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. So we can target 1 fish monster you control, destroy that fish monster, and if you do, add 1 monster with the same name from your deck to your hand. Or if you control a fish synchro monster when you activate this card, you can special summon it instead. So, okay. You can banish this card from graveyard, target 2 fish monsters in your graveyard with the same card name, place 1 of them on the bottom of the deck, and if you do, special summon the other. That's actually pretty gosh darn good. And then we have the White Arbitration. What was the point? This card is so interesting. Continuous Trap card. You can only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once per turn. So we can target 1 fish monster we control. It becomes treated as a tuner monster this turn. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, discard 1 fish monster. Change all your opponent's monsters they control to defense position. That's actually really good. Or if your fish monster is destroyed by battle and card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can send this card from your spawn trap cards on the graveyard, special summon 1 fish monster from your graveyard. That's all incredibly a lot of good effects for 1 card. But that is everything we got today. Toy chest is broken, that's all I gotta say. You guys have a good rest of your day, alright? Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.